All right, hello everyone. I had trouble with Loom, so I'm recording my video on the phone and just gonna post it to YouTube, and I'll just share it that way. Um, this week we have the case of 57-year-old Becky and 61-year-old Sherri. I'm not gonna read through the whole case. We already know what the case is about, so I'll get right into it. So looking at the book, some of the knowledge that I felt like was the most applicable regarding this case is, first of all, making sure that I check myself as their counselor for any uh, biases, any misconceptions, not just towards this particular lesbian couple, but also towards the LGBTQ community overall, and making sure that I'm not making any assumptions. Secondly, another good point that I got from the book is making sure that when I'm counseling them, when I am helping them through their conflict, that I'm working on their presenting issues and not necessarily assuming that the problem is their sexuality itself. So not focusing on that when it's not necessary. But they have come to the counseling office specifically for processing their response that they got from the church and the pastor's decision, and working through the conflict that is going on between them. That's where they came for counseling, and that's what I'm here to help them with. Um, some of the ideas to keep in mind is I have to make sure that I don't impose my own values and recognize that I have opinions, and make sure I'm not imposing those onto them as well, Lord. So it's important that I understand that this is an aging LGBTQ couple, and they're in need of a support system. As they get older, as the book talks about aging in the LGBTQ community, um, sometimes there's not a lot of support there. And so they still need a sense of community around them. They still need relationships. So my job is to help them, whether they decide to stay at the church they're at because of the relationships, or whether they decide to move on. They're going to need my support in that, because it's so important that they have people around them that they can have relationships with, have friendships, and also for their children as well. So that's important for them, and I need to understand that as their counselor. Um, if I would feel comfortable counseling them, I mean, I think so, yeah. But to be honest, yes, like I would have to bracket some of my personal opinions. One of those opinions is, as a Christian, I don't really um, condone or necessarily same-sex marriage. So, but they're not necessarily coming to the counseling office for that. They're coming to help with this decision and this conflict they have with this particular church. And so I think I would be, it would be a challenge, but I think it would be a challenge that I would be up to the task for, and helping them work through this decision, and also bracketing my own personal opinions and values as well. In doing so, one of the implications of clinical practice was helping them uh, with their religious needs, and in that case, helping them find a church that is affirming. Um, that's an option for them, which it may be difficult. You have one couple person who wants to stay in the church. You have another person who's ready to denounce them, and I'm assuming move on. But also understanding that, helping them understand that they have options too. That there may be other churches out there who would um, marry them, or who would be more LGBTQ affirming, and that there may be other options in their community available to them. So helping them understand that they can explore different options. Um, so yeah, I feel like I said, at the same time, with my beliefs, I still would be able to help this couple, like I said, work through this conflict that they're having in their relationship, because that's what they're coming to counseling for, and not necessarily um, coming to my office asking for my opinion on whether they should get married, or whether, if it's sinful, they should get married or not. Um, they have a conflict in their relationship, and that's what I'm here to help them with. And I think that's something that I would be able to do. So, yeah, thank you.